gentlemen, introducing your host from the birthplace of extreme, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at, well, an average weight for a person of his size, Sean Bell Wilbur.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to another episode of the Buried a Booking Podcast, Wrestling Podcast. My name is Dell. That is Devin. Devin, how are you, sir?
It's a great Sunday.
Great Sunday. Great Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We are recording.
Well, not too great.
Well,
there was no SmackDown. There was no Raw.
That's right. Yeah, it was a very dull week on WWE side of
that
things.
Aggravated me.
Holidays off. I mean, there were some house shows going on. They were the holiday tour still, but for our main shows for Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, best of stuff, rounding out the year. It's fine. It's okay.
No, it ain't. Triple H, get it together.
you want them working. Christmas Day.
That messed me all up, dude. Like, I was ready to watch. I'm like, what is the best of?
Like, what is this?
Threw me off. So aggravating.
But yeah, so we are recording on our standard Sunday, and as we are recording, it is New Year's Eve. So happy New Year's Eve to everyone. We are approaching the end of a year. So
yeah.
With that, AEW had the end of a lot of things last night. So it was very busy on the AEW side of things, not only this week in wrestling, but leading up to the World's End pay-per-view that we had last night. So what this episode is going to be is we're going to review the World's End pay-per-view. We're going to go break down who won, who lost, and some other things that happened, because some other things did definitely happen at the pay-per-view. So overall, before we jump into a match-by-match breakdown of what happened, who won, who lost, what was your initial feelings about the pay-per-view World's End from AEW?
To be honest, the wrestling was great.
Yes.
They always have great wrestling.
Always.
But it took a long... See, they don't have much story. So it was just a bunch of matches. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches before, I really was like cared.
Fair enough.
Like, I watched all of them. I enjoyed every single one.
Yeah, but the in-ring stuff was really good.
Yeah, but other than the outside ring stuff, they waited. And I didn't, from 7 to 12.
Yeah, so for 0 hour.
Yeah.
So from 0 hour, yeah.
To the end. I made a scarf.
You did. I did see the scarf. You had time to do that.
I was knitting a scarf.
Like, you had time to do that, to get, to get artsy.
Just sat there, watched it, knit it. And it wasn't that my daughter didn't even want to watch it. She saw like a couple of them and it was like, you know what? I'm gonna go watch Godzilla versus King Kong. That's what she stopped to go watch.
Okay. That's a match that had a lot of other build up and a lot of other story to it. So I can see her watching Godzilla versus King Kong.
She clocked out on me.
But yeah, so the World's End pay-per-view we had from AEW, again, like you said, wrestling, no argument here. You'll never get an argument about the in-ring stuff. It's just how we get to that stuff sometimes with AEW. It's a little meh. But let's just start with 0 hour. 0 hour, how did you feel? We had Hook and Wheeler Yuta.
I knew Hook was going to win.
Yeah, of course.
And the FTW championship.
Yes.
I don't know what that is. I'm
So
not gonna
in
be like,
ECW, Taz
yeah.
hooks that, yeah. So he created the FTW championship, the F the world and all that.
Mhm. Oh,
So
that's what that
he's
means.
created his own championship, and being Tony Khan loves ECW and loved ECW, he just had that migrated over here. Means it's not an official AEW title. It's not recognized by AEW, but it's defended and stuff on there. So, it's
It's
its
a cool
own
looking belt.
thing. Yeah, with the orange and black, which is Taz's colors. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's it's a thing. It was a lot big. It was a lot bigger in ECW. Like the FTW thing was a really big big deal and big focal point with all the stuff with Taz was like the guy, well, one of the guys in
Yeah, I remember that.
ECW.
I remember that. Now he's old,
Yeah, now he's old,
sitting behind
but
the desk.
yeah,
We all
man.
got to get there.
Yeah, we got to get there. But so that okay, we got that. We also had the only other thing, I guess, of merit because something happened a little later on in the night was that battle royal for the TNT championship opportunity. So the winner of the match got a contract, and that contract said you can get a TNT championship match anytime you want, pretty much in the battle royal. And we got a winner in that battle royal, which was the former Luchasaurus, now goes by the name of Killswitch. How'd you feel about the battle royal? I mean, it was there. It was
fun. I like battle royales.
Battle royal,
I don't
yeah.
care. There were some guys in there who they were trying. I don't like the voodoo dude who be possessing guys.
Okay, you're not a Dan House.
I don't like that gimmick.
Okay.
Now, if this was like a lower tier wrestling, sure. Backyard stuff, sure.
Okay.
Come on.
People love him.
I think I've only ever noticed him like twice.
He's been out injured for a little bit, so.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I'm like, all right. And there were some guys in the ring who didn't really know what their position was. I'm like, but it was enjoyable. I'm not going to not watch a 20-man battle royale. I'm just not going to do it.
Right. Fair
enough. I'm going to always sit through it.
Right.
I don't care who's in the ring.
Fair enough.
And Kill Switch winning. He need a better name. The name is stupid.
I'm sure he'll go back to Luchasaurus at some point.
He need to drop all that and get a better name. Luchasaurus is dumb too. I don't know what I would call him, but
neither one of those two, though, right?
Neither one of those fit. Either one of those fit.
But he did win the Battle Royal, and he won the opportunity to challenge at a future date and time for the TNT Championship. So there's that. Let's just jump into the main card of World's End. And the main card opened up here with I guess they called it the All-Star 8-man All-Star tag team match. It was participants that were in the Continental Classic. It was 4-on-4. We had Brody King, Jay Lethal, Roosh, and Jay White versus Claudio Castagnoli, Mark Briscoe, Daniel Garcia, and Bryan Danielson.
I like Mark Briscoe.
Yes.
I'm a Briscoe guy.
Yeah, Mark Briscoe's been he's been putting on hell of matches. Like he's been doing really, really good, and it's I'm happy to see him on TV a lot more because it was so much uncertainty when unfortunately Jay Briscoe passed. It was like we don't know what the future is, but the fact that he's such a focal part of the week to week stuff in AEW is good, and he's been killing it. He's been crushing these matches, man. So and seemed like the crowd was okay for this match. They liked a few things. They especially looked like they were very much looking forward to seeing something with Bryan Danielson and Jay White, because the crowd started getting a little loud when they were both in the ring at the same time. And I mean, for good reason. Like, that would be a absolute banger of a match. But this match was fine. People got their stuff in. At the end, we had the team of Bryan Danielson, Daniel Garcia, Mark Briscoe, and Claudio getting the win there. It's fine. It was fine for a match, like you said. Also, there's no story in it. There's just 8 guys.
But there is something going on.
Well, they were all They were all a part of the classic, and then
but you punched the announcer.
Oh yeah,
and then left. They didn't even show it. I'm sick of AEW's cameramen.
Oh, not showing stuff. Yeah, so that was Daddy Magic was doing the commentary out there, because he was out there in support of Daniel Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
And he got slumped.
Like, all you see is him holding his chin. I'm like, that's what you're supposed to cut to.
Yes, I agree.
And he just walked out.
Well,
that's how you build the tension, build a story up. Because now you just you show him getting clocked in the mouth and the ball just walking off. First off, punk ass dude, you don't listen to somebody punch you in the mouth and not do nothing. Come on, not Chris Rock.
He didn't have a good night because Brody King was like all over him earlier on in the show too, yelling at him, telling him he wasn't gonna do nothing, called him a bitch. I was like, okay, Brody, like
there's a lot of cussing in this.
There were a lot of expletives at on the pay-per-view there, so it did jump from a parental advisory tag.
Yeah, on it. I'm glad my daughter didn't want to watch this.
Yeah, it was a lot of language.
Mm-hmm.
Lot of language on the pay-per-view. But so we had that match. That was our opener, which was followed by a match that it had some build on Collision, and this was Miro versus Andrade. And this was a good match, hard-hitting match.
Yeah.
Back and forth. It was good to see CJ Perry back after that whole hospitalization thing, because that was pretty gnarly. She had got a splinter backstage several weeks ago, and it got infected, and her finger was not good. She had to get quite a few surgeries on it.
For an infection?
Have you seen it? Oh yeah, you should check that thing out, dude.
Hold on, what's her name?
CJ Perry.
CJ Perry.
Yeah, it was not so good. But it was like I said, this for our listeners that haven't just seen what her finger looked like. But yeah, it's pretty bad.
A splinter did that?
Yeah.
Nah, dude, that's rough. That looked like she grabbed some barbed wire.
Yeah, it was bad, dude. Yeah, really gnarly, really bad. But it was good to see her there. Good to see her moving. She had her finger wrapped up. I'm happy her finger's there. Number one, but yeah. So this match, back and forth, with all of the rumors and speculation of now, as we talked previously about contract talks and who may or may not end up in different places in the near future, with the talk about Andrade possibly not re-signing with AEW and letting the contract expire, so he may make a play for WWE once again. I mean, it would be an obvious move. Charlotte's over there, his wife's over there, so Triple H, it's done good by Andrade in the past when in
Mhm.
NXT and and things like that. So we'll see what happens. But Miro did pick up the win here. Good match though. I really enjoyed this match
Yeah.
back and forth. Miro having Miro in a match that's longer than 12 seconds is always good.
Mhm.
And with Andrade can wrestle in the ring with anybody and it'd be good, but both of them were good. Here in this one was the story of CJ pretty much lashing out at Andrade for not beating up Miro. Apparently, Miro and CJ are in this little marital tiff. They're going back and forth where Miro doesn't want CJ around. CJ wants to be around. He doesn't want her managing him. So she says she wants to manage other people. But Miro doesn't want her managing other people. So he beats the crap out of anybody that she does manage. It's a whole weird thing because relationships, right?
Why don't she
And
just manage him?
he didn't want to. Wasn't what he wanted. But it looks like maybe that's what we're going to get now because she
Yeah.
ultimately helped him defeat Andrade. And he seemed semi-receptive of the fact that she did. So maybe maybe it's that thing where like, he's like, oh, fine. Come on. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll lean into this story more. Maybe they won't. Maybe it'll be another thing that AEW just forgets about next week.
I forgot about it.
Who's to tell now? On to the next. The match was fine. On to the next matchup. We had Riho getting another championship match because that's what she does. She comes back and she gets title matches, but this time it was against the timeless Toni Storm. This match was it was a Riho match. Tony, the match was okay. Match was okay. Riho did a bunch of Rio stuff.
Rio is tiny.
Very tiny. Very, very, very tiny.
Like when she was standing in front of Toni Storm, I'm like, wait, this ain't a fair fight.
Rio's very tiny.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay.
It wasn't nothing.
Right, yeah. Was it the worst AEW women's match I've ever seen? No.
No.
Was it the best AEW women's match I've ever seen? No.
No.
It was there. It was a match that had Rio in it. I mean, people love Rio. I don't. I'm a Toni Storm guy, but the match was fine.
I didn't. When she came back, I didn't know who she was.
Right, yeah. 'Cause she was, I think she was out way longer than we've been doing the podcast. So
Yeah.
so you didn't see her at all. You had no idea who that woman was.
I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. But, so Tony retains though, which is good thing. You keep that rolling. That's one of the few things that you do have in AEW. That's a constant thing that people seem receptive of every week. Like when Tony's music hits, you get a crowd reaction. People are excited to see it, and we need more people in AEW that can garner that reaction from a crowd. Like you gotta start doing things with people so they can do these things. We had her getting a rose petal shower by Mariah May afterwards, her victory, which was
That's crazy.
and
her handler annoying.
No.
Gee, hate him.
Oh,
so
Luther?
Annoying. Was it Luther?
Luther, yeah.
Luther. Ugh.
He's good for that one thing where he puts her over his head and she runs the person off of the apron and tosses him from the apron to the floor. And she's like, Luther, do the thing. But there's that. But again, Toni Storm retains the AEW Women's World Championship in that one. Match was okay. Next up, we had a quick backstage segment. It was pretty much just to sell a match on Dynamite with Orange Cassidy and Dante Martin for the International Championship. Backstage interactions. Orange Cassidy is just like, people are talking about getting title opportunities. Orange Cassidy just walks up like, "Oh yeah, I guess that means you want a match. All right, I'll see you, next week." Like that's what he does now.
That was
He
it.
just randomly walks past and grants title opportunities to people who are talking about getting the title match. It's fine. We'll have a match on Wednesday between Dante Martin and Orange Cassidy for the International Championship. So there's that. Next up, we had a match. I thought we were going to have a match that was a very, 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 very long time in the making between Keith Lee and Swerve. A match that they didn't get to a long, long, long time ago. And tonight was finally the night. Didn't happen because Keith Lee wasn't cleared. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's up. But we were going to have a match that we didn't have a long time ago. Finally. And we didn't get that match either.
No, we got Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, so we got Dustin, who does tag with Keith Lee sometimes, standing in for Keith Lee against Swerve. And again, I'll say it every week. Swerve is over AF. The crowd is with this. They are invested. Swerve is a guy you put stock in.
People love him.
You gotta ride this hand. This hand is hot. And like you gotta feature him. And they have, to their credit, like he's been winning. He's been, he's been doing things. They've been protecting him in matches that he hasn't won. Like he hasn't been, either in the deciding decision of the match, or it's been something a little extra when he loses the match that it's like, all right, he didn't just get outright beat or outright punked out or things like that. So they are taking a little extra care of Swerve, which is good, but you can do all that and still not pay it off. You got to be leading to something to pay something off with Swerve. Like in 2024, Swerve needs to be AEW Worlds Champion. Something's got to happen. But this match with Dustin Rhodes, it was there. It's a fill-in match. It was there.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Keith Lee.
Yeah, I don't know.
Due to injury.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know what happened.
See, every time I hear the name Keith Lee, I think of the guy on TikTok.
And it's funny. Every time I hear Keith Lee, I don't think of the guy on TikTok. I think of KeithLee, the wrestler.
Yeah, I think of the guy.
Everybody's like, "Oh yeah." Everybody's like, "Oh, did you hear what Keith Lee said?" I'm like, no, it's not one of the wrestling days. Did he cut a promo? And they're talking about the TikTok dude.
TikTok dude. I got it. I'm going to rate it 1 to 10.
Yeah. It was fantastic. I think it was good. I don't know. But
but that was, I don't know. Well, he probably out. Did he get hurt last time he wrestled?
He cut the promo after he wrestled, saying he was going to find Swerve to get this match. It's a possibility.
Yeah, COVID's still out there.
That's a possibility. Maybe he tested positive. We don't know. We're just speculating. Yeah. But maybe that happened, and who knows? That could be something that won't get you cleared. Perhaps.
No.
We'll see. Maybe if he's okay, maybe we'll get the match on like a random Dynamite or something. Finally, maybe we'll finally get Keith Lee. You know what? No, this is AEW's thing. We're never going to get Keith Lee versus Swerve. They're just going to tease it for the lifespan of AEW, and we'll never get that match. Like it'll just never happen. Like this is like an ongoing gag in AEW. It's like, remember when Keith Lee and Swerve were supposed to wrestle, and then it never happens.
I wouldn't be mad about that though.
Yeah, just string it along. Just have it like the longest open rivalry that never gets resolved ever.
Like it's every time a match is supposed to happen,
it doesn't.
Something happens. Something happens,
and it never happens. It'd be like 8 years from now. Swerve and Keith Lee never got that match.
Never fight. I would be okay with that so much. I think that'd be so funny.
At one point, I would just be interested in finding out what you guys came up with as the excuse as to why the match didn't happen.
Just random stuff.
Yeah,
Just random thing.
but
like Keith Lee comes out there in the ring to fight Swerve, and then some random dude shows up.
Yeah, something.
Like every time they think they're gonna wrestle the person, some other random person just shows up.
Yep. Or halfway
and
down.
I'd be like, you know what? Let's run this, send to the ground.
Halfway down, Swerve realizes he left the gas on the stove at his house, and he just has to run back. Like halfway down the ramp,
break into Keith Lee's house.
Yeah,
he's got to break into Keith Lee's house. He has to. I need to see him break into Keith Lee's house. I need that.
Oh, that'll be the WWE crossover we've been looking for. He runs into Mia Yim, and then like they're like, oh wait, this is the thing. That's the Keith
awesome.
Lee Swerve rivalry is gonna get AEW and WWE to work together. That's what this is.
I'm for it.
He's gonna break into Keith Lee's house. He's gonna get slapped by Mia Yim, and then the next thing you know, we're off to the races. Awesome. Interpromotional stuff. But they did the cinder block thing with Dustin, and then like 5 minutes afterwards, Dustin stopped selling his leg. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, dude, you know better than this. Like, what's up? Like, what do you?
He old. He out of the game. He should have been sat down.
Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you selling your leg? If that bothered me so bad. Like he just started like I'm like, all right. And I'm waiting for him because like, sometimes you'll sell something, but you're like, all right, I got a burst of adrenaline so I can get like one or two moves off. And then I'm going to go back to selling the leg, or I take a bump and I go back to selling the leg. He didn't do any of that. He just completely forgot about it. I'm like,
and the announcer tried to help him.
Yeah.
The announcer was like, well, we don't know what's going on under there. The boots are tight, so they're holding in. Maybe
they tried.
The swelling or bone broke.
They tried.
Yeah. I'm like, if your ankle broke, you're not walking on it.
He just stopped selling the leg.
Yeah. I'm done with the center block stuff. I'm sick of AEW center block. Come on.
Fair enough. I get. It's nothing.
They don't look good.
Yeah.
Like they don't break that easily.
Right.
And I think that's the problem I'm having. Like I know it seems like a great prop, but it's not.
Yeah.
You should have put his ankle on the step.
Do the step thing. Do the step thing. Put it in between it or kick it or something. You can do that. Yeah, no.
I'm done with the center block. That's the second time it was a bad center block.
I agree.
With Strickland involved.
Yeah, I agree. Because like that's the cinder block thing is his thing. The Keith Lee stuff is with the cinder block. Like he did like a stomp with Keith Lee. Like he stomped on the cinder block on Keith Lee's chest and all this and that. And like that was, but
if cinder blocks broke that easily, you would not be able to build houses out of them. They build buildings out of these things. Like, come on.
Correct.
You can do better.
Correct. But Swerve gets the win here, as he should. It's Dustin Rhodes. He says he didn't, stop wasting my time, which I was like, yeah, I agree, Swerve. This seems like a bit of a waste of your time. Yes, you should have had a better match here, and you didn't. But you got a win. A win's a win. And
you couldn't find anybody else.
The crowd seemed to, like I said, the crowd loves Swerve. So it's, just keep that going. Next up, we had a match that it was Sting. So I was like, all right, but I really didn't give a shit about this match. It was Jericho, Sammy, Guevara, Darby Allin, and Sting versus Big Bill, Ricky Starks, Takeshita, and Powerhouse Hobbs.
I like seeing Darby wrestle. I enjoy watching Darby.
Okay. Yeah. Put
himself on the line.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
But this just didn't have it. Yeah, I understand it's New York. Last time they're gonna see Sting, but he ain't had to be here for this.
No, he didn't. And the thing is also, I'm not touching it, but there's been some things in the world about Chris Jericho very, very recently, and it showed because the crowd was booing Jericho's interactions. Crowd was booing every
All I
little
heard
thing.
was NDA.
Oh, did you see the sign?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
so yeah, and I feel like that also played into a part of the energy being not good in this matchup because people didn't want to see Chris Jericho.
No.
And
Well, despite the allegations,
mm-hmm.
because I don't know.
Yeah.
Only information I have is what I read online, because I don't know what's going on. I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Nobody wants to see Chris Jericho.
No.
Nobody.
Yes, this is true.
Before this,
true.
he needs to go. I'm sick of him.
He seems to be that thing that kind of takes the air out of anything that he's involved in. So even with the feud with they had Kenny and Jericho and the Bucks at the last pay-per-view and all that, it was still like, I don't really need to see this.
I know my man contracted diverticulitis just so he had to be around him.
Kenny knew what was going on. He was like, you know what?
Let me get this stomach issue.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and
let me go.
Yeah, so I can go ahead and
have my intestines swell up, so I ain't gotta be a part of this.
So I can go ahead and get up out of here.
Sometimes you gotta take that extreme.
Sometimes
to get away from that toxicness.
Sometimes you do. But
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I know. But
we ain't that type of show.
No, we ain't. We ain't that type of show.
No.
But Sting and company did get the win in this matchup, which is good. I mean, you Sting's got to win out.
So he gonna win this one. He gonna win the last one.
Farewell tour. So we'll see what's going on with that. Moving on from that one, because we had the TBS Championship match, which was Julia Hart versus Abaddon under house rules, and house rules means that the person who is opposing the member of the House of Black picks the stipulation. Apparently, Abaddon picked the stipulation that biting was legal. So, sure. The match was okay. Julia Hart, amazing presentation. Like Julia Hart is.
I didn't realize how young she was.
Yeah.
22, doing big things.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Congrats to her.
Yeah, she's 22.
She's still creepy as hell to me.
Definitely. And that makes it a little more creepy. There's actually a chant, several chants during this match with the chants of "This is spooky." A few times during this match, but yeah, like Julia Hart's a star. She is doing, again, someone who gets a reaction. So there are people that do this. AEW has these things. They just need to build on. They need to do more with that, and so to put them, I guess, in bigger moments and in bigger spots where that the people who are following, the people who are enjoying these people, the people who are completely behind it, maybe that helps to spread it a little more and get more eyes on it, so more people can see that this person is doing awesome things. Like, just
Julia Hart's not going to be there long.
You don't think so?
She ain't gonna be AEW long. No, I guarantee. She too big.
See,
she got to follow 5 years. She be WWE. I guarantee it.
Possible.
5 years, she be out of there.
Possible.
She gonna realize that AEW cannot provide her with cannot offer her the attention and stage time that she deserves, and WWE is real good to they women.
Yeah.
And you can keep that. Well, I don't know. You can keep that same persona, but you can travel that right over to WWE, and it's gonna sell.
Yeah. I mean, they'll definitely add a few more. They'll add more theatrics to it, but I mean, it's WWE. It's what they do.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's what they do. But yeah, this match was fine. This match was back and forth. There was biting, because I'm like, I swear to God, if they put this thing in that biting is legal and they don't do any biting, I'm gonna be really mad.
What
But
enough biting?
it wasn't enough though. We got something, but it was in the grand scale of it, there was a fail, but there was biting. So I can't say that there wasn't. It just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Sky Blue got involved here towards the end of the match. Julia
When is she
Hart
changing her name
to Sky Black.
Please.
Yes.
You're not Sky Blue anymore.
At this point, you're not wearing any blue.
No.
It's all black.
Join the House of Black.
Sky Black. Black Sky. I don't know. Something. But so yeah, Julia Hart retains the TBS championship, which was the best move.
Yeah, they're not going. Abaddon just came back. You're not getting that belt.
No. So
we'll Rio is going to get a shot at the TBS championship.
TBS, she might be next.
You know that.
Yeah. And then she loses, and then she disappears again for like another half a year. That's what happens. So we had, after this, we went from the TBS championship to the TNT championship. So we had the TNT championship, which was a no qualification match between Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Match was fine. There
were some good moments.
Yeah,
some really good moments.
Yeah, match was fine.
Some dumb moments.
Yeah, but the match was fine. Earlier on, we got the complete one-sided beatdown of Christian Cage from Adam Copeland. We finally getting his hands on him, so which is fine.
AEW now I understand they got bad cameramen, but they also got bad key grips. You knew he was going up in the audience. Why didn't you have a light up there? Why didn't you put a light up there until they're about to come back down?
Forgot.
Ridiculous.
But yeah,
I was like, I can't see shit.
Yeah, so Adam Copeland did the dive, the crowd dive off of the top there.
Not even that far.
It wasn't that far.
I've seen better.
Sting's jumped from further.
A lot of people have jumped from further.
Yeah. Sting's like mid-60s. He's but you know,
something about Adam Copeland.
But yeah, so I mean the match was fine. I mean they got chemistry. They're not gonna F the match up, which was good. He caught a nice little eye injury there. I only seen the match the one time, so I don't know exactly where.
I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly where that happened. Like, I don't know if he caught the wrong end of an object or what, but it's
not a bad. It's not a horrible injury. Like, once you get hit in the face, especially, you're going to bleed in the forehead area. There's tons of blood vessels up there, so you're going to bleed. It's going to look bad. The swelling, that's just something happened. You get hit in the eye.
Yeah.
Next week when you see him, it'll be gone.
Yeah,
it should be gone.
You put a filet mignon on there or something. And...
yeah, sit back, chill. He'll be all right.
Yeah, but so we had Nick Wayne, Mama Wayne out there as well. They were trying to do their best to get involved. We had which was funny too, because the crowd was chanting for fire, and I'm like, let them get to other stuff. Like, we haven't even seen the table yet, and you're talking about fire. But later on,
didn't know fire was coming.
We got fire.
But how did they know?
They didn't. They asked. So the crowd asks for a lot of things, and then I think also the crowd may have assumed that they might have been getting fired because of, and I think Excalibur did allude to the fact that Adam Copeland was wearing the same outfit when he wrestled Mick Foley at WrestleMania. And then he wound up spearing Mick through the flaming table. So people might have been like, maybe this is a no disqualification match. Maybe we'll get a flaming table spot from all those years prior.
Or they stall staff playing it under the steps.
Possible.
His staff is not great there.
Yeah, right. Possible. I mean, that stuff should have been there before they opened the doors to the arena. But you never know. Somebody might have forgot.
But why use rubbing alcohol? It burns too fast. And yeah, they had it in lighter fluid containers.
Right.
But I know how alcohol burns.
Right.
I am a trained firefighter.
Yeah. I mean,
you could have used lighter fluid.
You could have. I mean, but you know,
he'd have been all right. Nick Wayne would have been all right.
Maybe they were looking for the quick. I mean, they did have they had a couple other matches afterwards, so
but that's okay.
But if this was ECW, that'd have been straight up lighter fluid.
Lighter fluid. You have fire extinguishers in the crowd. Nick Wayne go through the table.
Are we trusting AEW's staff to get there?
I need to up the production value. I need glycerin. Oh no, glycerin, that's bad. You can't use glycerin. Fuck it, just regular lighter fluid. You know, some butane. Pour it on there.
Yeah, pour it on there. Yeah.
Nick Wayne, he flopping on the floor like he on fire.
Hey, look, you gotta sell it.
He sold it.
But
you weren't burning.
Gotta sell it. Gotta sell it. Because he should have went through the table. He didn't go through the table. So
he didn't hit right.
Right. So you still gotta sell it. You better sell it.
I think he might have actually been hurt though.
Yeah, because he hit his spine hit the corner like that. Yeah. He hit a really bad angle on that table.
Yeah.
So that flopping might have been, ow, my spine. Yeah. The small of my back does not feel good right now.
Ooh.
That hurt. Yeah. But so we got, after that spot, we got, back and forth, of course. And then, to no one's surprise, Adam Copeland defeats Christian Cage and wins the TNT championship. But what we didn't see coming was Killswitch. Killswitch came out and was like, you know what? Now seems like a good time to go ahead and cash this in after this no disqualification match. But Killswitch lays out Adam Copeland, puts him through the chair. And then Christian Cage gets up. And Christian demands that he gives him that championship opportunity. He gives him the contract. And he's like, no, like, you can hear him like, oh, no, I won this. Like, this is mine. And he's like, yeah, no. And then he whispered something. And Killswitch, a.k.a. Luchasaurus, relinquishes the contract to Christian Cage. Christian Cage uses that contract to win back the TNT championship from Adam Copeland. A complete troll. I actually loved that moment. That was hilarious.
That was a shock.
That was great.
I wasn't expecting that.
Me neither. Yeah, no, I wasn't either. Because I'm like, it is kind of weird. I'm like, all right, so we got Adam Copeland as TNT champion now. I'm like, is he gonna be wrestling every week? Is he gonna be doing open challenges? Like, what is this? I even know Orange Cassidy is like the open challenge guy now. He's the guy who does that. But I'm like, what? And then this whole thing happened, and I'm like,
Adam Copeland, he too friendly. like when he came out, he gonna grab the young boy drink.
Oh yeah,
and drink it.
Just smashed it on his head. No. He never gave it back. He smashed it on his head, then like threw it back. So like,
that shit expensive.
That's
who
probably
reimbursing me.
That's probably like,
I'd been like, who reimbursing me?
That's probably like $15.
Yeah, I had to wait in a long ass line. If it is, I'd have talked to production. I'm like, yo, we gonna have to do something. Y'all have to at least give me a t-shirt.
Something. Can I get something? Yeah, can I get something?
He snatched my drink out my hand. Like a Red Bull?
Yeah, it looked like a green Red Bull or something.
Like a green Red Bull. So that's like $25.
Yeah, at the Rita, yeah. But yeah, so we got new TNT champion in Adam Copeland, and then we got another new TNT champion in Christian Cage winning back the TNT championship. One fell swoop, and then they're like, well, Adam Copeland's now the shortest reigning TNT champion.
I'm all right though with it though.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
okay with it.
I'm fine with it. Christian Cage
Yeah.
still as TNT champion. You keep that heat on Christian, even though you gave Copeland the win. Christian got the win back, so
Yeah.
you can continue to tell the story. I'm okay with that. Next up was the finals for the Continental Classic. It was Jon Moxley versus Eddie Kingston. Great match.
And I called it.
Yeah, you did.
I
You
knew
called
Eddie was
this one.
pulling away with this W.
You called this one. And Eddie Kingston won a very, very good match. Back and forth match. They had some tense spots, some false finishes, but the match kind of ended like I wasn't expecting it to end when it did, but it was perfect that it did. And Eddie Kingston is your new Continental Crown, Triple Crown. He's got the New Japan Strong, he's got the Ring of Honor World Championship, and he's got that Continental Crown title. So Eddie Kingston again, another guy, and they're doing right by Eddie Kingston. I mean, Eddie Kingston is a focal point of a lot of things. I mean, shit, this tournament was Eddie Kingston's idea of putting his titles on the line, and then he wound up, going through. So they got a lot of stock in Eddie Kingston too, which is a good thing. And it's not like they're not putting people in positions to make stars and to make things happen. They just need to. The product just needs to evolve to where more people can see these people that are doing these awesome things.
Yeah. Eddie Kingston is perfect for AEW.
Yes.
Perfect. Like, this is... Can he be bigger? Yes. But in the realm of wrestling, if I saw him on WWE, I'm like, no, you don't fit there.
Right.
You are an AEW star. You should be there. Your style, your wrestling, your attitude, being, what they call him, the Bum King or
the King of the Bums. Yeah,
King of the Bums.
Yeah,
I took that. I'm like, yes, I need me a King of the Bums T-shirt now.
That needs to be something. That needs to be a thing.
Yeah,
like the King of the Bums needs to be a thing. I agree.
I like Jon Moxley. But I knew he wasn't going to get this W. I knew it.
Yeah, he didn't need it. He didn't need
this.
He didn't need this.
From the beginning of watching this classic, this month-long plus event, watching Eddie's promos, the way he went from about to be eliminated to not being eliminated, like, I knew this was going to be his W. It felt right. Yeah. Hey, New York. It's your home.
He right in his backyard, man.
You're not gonna have the man lose at home.
You shouldn't.
You better not.
You better not. Especially if we knew what we know now about the later on in the show. You shouldn't have. Yeah, you wouldn't do that. So, but yeah, Eddie Kingston wins the Continental Classic, wins the Triple Crown, and we're jumping from that on to our next talking point, which was another hometown, but the hometown guy in MJF defending the AEW World Championship against Samoa Joe. And I can't say I'm surprised at the outcome due to the fact that MJF is not in good shape. Like, injuries have piled up on him, and I'm like, if he retains the title, like, that just means he's working, he's still working under these conditions. Like, how much worse can it be? Like, he probably needs to heal up a lot sooner than later. Who knows if he actually needs to go get surgery, or if he's, going to try a physical therapy route or whatever. But the boy needs time off. The boy needs he needs to rest his body. He's got some legit injuries. So he's legit banged up, and he can't be performing at the level he has been performing at for several months since the thing got really, really hot with him and Adam Cole and all that. And a match with him and Samoa Joe was pretty much played into all of that. MJF is not 100%. You've seen his shoulder, like, which is not good. And I know he's been having issues with his knee as well and things like that. So then Samoa Joe completely capitalized on all of that.
Yes.
As you would expect Samoa Joe to, because it's Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And but before that we had I guess not only did you have MJF in his hometown, the crowd was behind him. He also had called out for moral support from Adam Cole. So Adam Cole made his return back to be in the corner of MJF to root him on. Of course, MJF needed all of the help that he could possibly get at that point. And
the video packet was funny.
Yeah. The video, the he's our scumbag video package. Yeah, that was absolutely hilarious. But so they had the, MJF kept getting cut off. He would do something, Samoa Joe would, would get the upper hand, and he would just try once, obviously he's not 100%. So every little thing he's doing, he's trying to fight through it, and then Samoa Joe just has the answer for it, back and forth. And that story of the match played out for quite a bit. And, of course, you had Adam Cole, trying to rally him up, rallying the crowd, getting the crowd behind him, trying to hype him up, trying to get him back into the match. And it was working time after time. He was, trying to reach for the ropes, and Adam Cole was cheering him on and getting the crowd to cheer him on and things like that. And then MJF does things that MJF does, and the referee wound up going down as a result of it. And he decides now is a good time for me to do some scumbag stuff, even though I'm the people's scumbag. I'm still a scumbag. And he goes for the Dynamite Diamond ring that, of course, Adam Cole is out there now, and Adam Cole has the ring, but Adam Cole's looking for the ring and can't find it. And he finds the ring and gives it to MJF to use. But as he gave it to him, Samoa Joe gets up, gets the clutch, gets the choke, and Max is fighting the choke. He's fighting the choke, and they did the classic wrestling spot where he's being choked out, and he does the arm drop in 1, and he does the arm drop in 2, and I'm like, oh well, certainly the arm's gonna go halfway, and then he's gonna rally back, and the crowd's gonna get and he's gonna try to make his comeback. But no, that did not happen. That completely did not happen. MJF's arm drops for a third time, and he's choked out. He's done. And we got a new AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Samoa Joe.
I don't think that was supposed to happen, though.
So Samoa Joe, I don't know, man. I think
because the ref was kind of confused. He was kind of confused. Like, he had to tell them, to ring the bell.
I don't know, man. Like, I think it was one of those, because like we seen it with the Eddie Kingston and Moxley match, where like that abrupt ending, and I kind of AEW does that sometimes. Like they do like not the traditional finishes, I guess, to try to catch people off guard. Like, oh, the match just ended, like, which is good. Like I like how they do that. It's the maybe not the results of things are less predictable, but the way they get there sometimes are a little unpredictable. So, and like just the choke out, and MJF is straight down, and we got a new champion. So Samoa Joe now is your AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Samoa Joe is like,
I think I called that too.
Yeah, you did. And
I'm getting good with this wrestling.
You are. This is 2024 is going to be your year. You're going to be smoking in the wrestling predictions. But yeah, so Samoa Joe got his title, was like, yep, I'm world champion. I'm out. Like he didn't stop to do, he wasn't doing a whole lot of nothing. He grabbed his title and he rolled. And then, Adam Cole comes in, and Adam Cole is, as he does with MJF and has he done when they were Ring of Honor tag champions, when Cole was not injured, he, trying to console MJF, tell him he has nothing to be ashamed of. The people love him, and he's trying to rally him up and get him together, and try to get him up, trying to pick him up, trying to pick his boy up. And in the midst of doing that, we see the Devil's Maskmen. And the Devil's Maskmen surround the ring. Adam Cole at this point has his crutch in his hand, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe he needs to take a stance against them. MJF is like, all right, well, he's hurt. Let me put him behind me so I can try to fight these guys off. And they get the better of him. So the Devil's Maskmen get the better of Adam Cole and MJF. They completely take Adam Cole. They subdue him. They pretty much are going to make, have him down to where they're going to crush him with a chair. So they have him, then they get MJF. So like they have them both like restraint back, and both of them are like, don't hit him, hit me. So MJF is like, don't hit him, like, he has nothing to do with it, you hit me. And Adam Cole is like, no, you leave him alone, back and forth. So each one of them were trying to take the bullet for their compadre here. And then the lights go out. And the lights go out, and everyone in the world's like, uh-oh, this could possibly be it, because Tony Khan did reveal earlier on in the week on the media call saying that, the Devil is essentially going to be revealed at the pay-per-view. So now it's like, uh-oh, this is it. This is the time. And the lights go out, and everybody's waiting to see what's going on. And when the lights come back on, Adam Cole's sitting in the chair with the Devil's Maskmen standing behind him as he sits in the chair. And MJF looks betrayed. MJF is realizing now that the Devil is in fact Adam Cole. And the Devil's henchmen reveal themselves as well. They reveal themselves to be the Kingdom, and Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, your boy Wardlow, and your other boy, Roderick Strong.
Yep. See, the only one who I didn't get was Wardlow. But I've been saying from day one, Roderick Strong was behind this. Now, for him not to be the actual Devil, okay. But I knew...
You knew Roderick Strong had something to do with it.
He's involved. He's involved.
So, yeah, and, MJF is... Like I said, he's hurt. He's crushed. He doesn't know, what to do, but he gets decimated. Roderick Strong hits him with that jumping knee. Wardlow hits the powerbomb. They beat the tar out of MJF. They leave MJF laying. And Adam Cole, who is the Devil, who confirmed it by taking the Devil's mask out of his jacket and showing the world that he is in possession of that mask and that he is, in fact, the Devil, pretty much says he had it coming. And they all stand over top of a broken, laid out, dismantled and disheveled MJF as the pay-per-view goes off. So that is how the World's End pay-per-view ended, with the reveal of the Devil, with MJF losing the AEW World's Championship to Samoa Joe and being completely incapacitated and laid out. So I'll ask you once again, because the world is, again, questions. It does seem right now that we're not going to see MJF for quite a while. He's got some healing to do. Do we continue this storyline with all the stock in it? So I'll ask you, now that you've seen how the product was and how the story played out with the Devil, do you think we get a resolution to this in the form of MJF obviously staying with AEW and continuing this on, or we just dropping all this and we moving on with Adam Cole as the Devil with his group and doing God knows what right now because he's still injured. He's still in this boot, with Samoa Joe as the world champion and MJF going to WWE or something?
I don't think he's going to leave.
Yeah, no, I think he's staying.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to leave, especially not right now. I think that it played out this way because, like you said, he needs time to heal. What's the best way to say he's healing? If he just took a massive beating, that'll give him a couple weeks of heal time. You don't figure out what's going on, reset. Because you still got Warlow after him. You gotta keep it going with
The big betrayal, man. He was
you gotta keep
betrayed
that
by his
going.
only friend, the only person that he actually, the person he turned babyface for.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to have to heal up, take this time to heal up in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Come back. And I'm hoping the whole baby face is gone. He becomes a heel and he starts taking them out.
Well, I think we're gonna get. I think he's still gonna be a babyface, but I think we're gonna get his edge back. So I think he's gonna get. He's not gonna be the nice MJF. They're still gonna love him because they're gonna need to see him come back. And one, if a wrestler is gone, a wrestler as popular as him is going to be gone for a little bit. When they return, the crowd's going to automatically love you because they're happy to see you back. And then the fact that with the story, he's trying to get retribution over this massive betrayal, and he can go back to being this heartless person, but he's still going to get the crowd behind him. He's still going to have them because they want to see the end result. They want to see him and Adam Cole finally have this match, or finally him finally get his hands on Adam Cole for betraying him and setting this whole crazy thing in motion and torturing him and then setting everything up for him to get the title off of him. What I hope that around the time that Adam Cole gets cleared to wrestle, MJF is also good, and that they, it's that the timetables match up a little bit, because we still don't know how far off Adam Cole is from returning into ring action. He's still, he's still got the boot on. So
I think it's sooner than later, because I for some reason I don't feel as though Adam was the original. Let me back it up. I believe that Adam Cole was the original Devil, but when he got actually hurt, I think they had to switch it to Roderick Strong. But now he's healed. You could still be in that boot and play it out.
Yeah. So like,
you put Adam Cole back into the position of being the Devil. I think Adam Cole is healed. I think he's done. I think he's ready.
I don't know.
I believe because how long was he out?
He's been out for a good little while. But see, I would think if he was, it would have been a better reveal. If he was ready to go, the better reveal would have been him revealing to Max that he wasn't actually injured anymore.
What is AEW? That'd have been a great story.
Yeah, but that's that. But for me, I think that's like you can't. That's wrestling 101. You can't f that up. Like that's like the lowest hanging fruit of all of them. Is like, not really, not really hurt anymore. Like, because AEW's done it before.
Or Adam Cole could be on his way to finishing, or almost healed up.
Yeah, I think he might be close. He might at this point be good enough to travel week by week, because obviously we're going to have to hear from him now. So he's going to have to be on TV talking about why he did what he did, and being the leader of this group. So essentially now he has a faction, he has a stable. He's got Roderick Strong, he's got Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, and he's got Wardlow. So he's got a group together now, and he's obviously the focal point of it being the Devil. So he's got to be around now. So I think he's good enough to where you can see him a lot regularly on TV. So he might be closer, to being ready, which is hopefully.
I want to see him in a wheelchair with a neck brace.
Dueling wheelchairs and neck braces. Like they're both. Maybe Wardlow pushes Adam Cole around, and and the Kingdom still pushes Roddy. That would be great. But yeah, so I'm look, I love Adam Cole. I'm glad Adam Cole is back to being a heel because that's the best Adam Cole. Heel Adam Cole is the best Adam Cole, just hands down. He's just so great at it. And you know, this I can't wait to see what they're doing with it, where it goes. Hopefully they capitalize on it and it gains more steam. So we'll see. Hopefully the beginning of the year they realized, so like this was like their big thing, so they gotta come out swinging. So this Wednesday's episode of Dynamite's gotta be something. You gotta do something here. Like you had the big reveal of the storyline that you were leaning on for months and months. You gotta come up with something. Like something's got you gotta hit the ground running with this thing now that all of the pieces are together. I mean, of course you're not going to have MJF right now because he's laid out. That could play into the story of him being dismantled. Also, like you said, he has time to heal. But something, they got to start taking over, doing something. Like something's got to, we got to open some more eyes. We got to get more eyes on AEW right now, especially right now because we're about to hit January and that's Royal Rumble season, which means we're getting into the road to WrestleMania for WWE. WWE is as hot as they could possibly be right now. AEW's got to keep afloat. So you gotta start cranking out some hits.
I agree.
No,
I agree.
So we'll see. We will be back for the new year. We want to thank everybody for listening to the Buried a Booking podcast. Please like, follow, share, subscribe, listen wherever you like to listen. You can watch us on YouTube. Check us out on the social medias, and have a happy, safe New Year's Eve into New Year's, and we will see you for the first episode in 2024 next time. Take care.